Okay, so now you've just saw the sport dumbbell power step up. What we're going to do is show you the dumbbell step up, which is not a vertical, okay? It's just a normal step up that is basically pull yourself forward. And again, we've seen that that does not happen in sports. Notice the center of gravity is here, and if you have to move like this in sports, you've already lost. So again, it needs to be vertical and not like that. Now if he came to the side and pushed straight up and down, this is a much better sport specific step up. The next one that we like to demonstrate is the fact that there's this lunge. So notice that as he lunges, he may even be lower than normal, but now he is pushing vertically down versus pulling himself up. So when we come down to the down position, he gets in the down position so that he is ready to drive forces into the ground. And there's a reason he goes up on his toe, get to full extension. You could also bring this opposite knee up to help stabilize the hip. This is your call. It depends where you're at in your training cycle. This dumbbell lunge is probably not, is probably not a sport specific one, because when in sports you in this position, not too often, and you would never land that deep and decelerate at that position. You would decelerate higher, and then you come back and you can see the forces are rarely ever backwards like that. Now, not that this is a bad lunge. Form looks great, everything is solid, but it's not the most sport specific, and I'm sure you can start with this, but then ultimately transition to the sport specific. Same goes with this. This is a sports single leg safety squat with bands. Notice the athlete drops straight down and then comes up with power. This is one of the peaking phases that we do. This helps with hip stabilization, especially if you bring your knee up. Vertical forces. Okay, the only thing that's not sport specific would be the ankle, because the ankle would normally be back here and then the hip would be forward, obviously. But you can see how this exercise, all forces are vertical. Now the sport back squat, with this particular lift, you can see how we do, as they're coming down, we do a shoulder width stance. The athlete's getting close, 90 degrees. Now let's back this athlete up a little bit. We can say, if he's there, this is a more sports specific position for this athlete. If this athlete got better ankle rockers, brought his knees more forward, might even be a better sports specific position. I know this athlete's an old running back. He's probably got ankle injuries too. So this is why we believe the sports back squat is more important, because the ankle rocker, hip positioning, and all the sporting lifts that we talked about with Walter Payton here versus this powerlifting squat where the shins are more vertical and so forth. I think without arguing, we can tell which ones are more sport specific. Things being questioned here often is, well, if you push your knees in front of your toes, are you getting more knee pain? We actually found that knee pain goes away, because when the ankle is functioning correctly, the knee has more mobility to go forward and backward, which then makes it a longer shock absorber. Okay, what causes a lot of knee pain, folks? It's the ankle when it strikes the ground and the hip. These two are the ones that cause knee pain. Ankle is a shock absorber, will increase function and range of motion in the knee. Maybe with a decreased function and range of motion in the knee, there's an increase with ACL issues. Okay? Yes. And now putting this together with the glute pattern, if your athletes have a very good ankle rocker, they will have more likely chance of getting the glute firing pattern correct. Your alignment will play lower. They'll be stronger in the correct positions. They'll be able to stop in the correct positions, and they will just generally be better athletes. Thanks for listening. I hope you're enjoying the Triphasic Training Exercise Manual.